Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Kaiju Mania. I'm Rocky, and this week is the start of Top 10 season. And kicking off today, this week we are going over the top 10 fight records in the King Kong Godzilla universe. This will cover all Toho monster fights and all of the King Kong fights from both Toho and Universal. Now this list has been calculated on a win-to-loss ratio and will discount any victories and losses in handicap situations. And by that I mean if they've won a fight because they're teamed up with another monster, that match will be disregarded from the record. Likewise, if they lost because they were against multiple opponents, that will also be discounted. The only time it won't be discounted if they were fighting multiple opponents at once but still ended up winning, because that's impressive and that deserves to stay on the record. So without further ado and the rules out the way, here's a quick couple of shout outs to a couple of honourable mentions. Jet Jaguar. Now, Jet Jaguar actually has a 100% perfect record with only one fight, and he won that fight. However, the reason he doesn't make this list is the nature of his win. Basically, Jet Jaguar starts off in a one-on-one match with Megalon, which then gets interrupted by Gigan, making it a handicap match. However, Godzilla gets involved, making it then level in the playing field. But then after Gigan goes off, it then becomes a 2-on-1 match against Megalon. So Megalon loses unfairly. I mean, overall, because of the handicap situation on both sides, it does end up being fair, in a way. However, we never see Jet Jaguar in a one-on-one fight from start to finish, so we'll never truly know how good he is. Rodan. Now, Rodan has 7 fights to date, and this is set to change in 2019 surely with Godzilla 2. Rodan has racked up 3 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses, which sounds pretty decent. However, all 3 of his victories and even his 1 draw have been in fight situations where he's teamed up with other monsters. So he's never actually won a one-on-one fight on his own, and therefore actually ends up with a 100% loss ratio in singles action. Mothra. She's more than a woman to me, but unfortunately the Queen of Kaiju doesn't quite cut the top 10. She's had an impressive 15 fights with 5 victories, 1 draw and 9 defeats. And whilst that might improve in 2019, it's still unlikely to get her on the list. You see, like Rodan, her only victories have been in handicap situations, with the only exception is that her draw is a valid one-on-one draw against Gigan in Final Wars. Her final stats at 0% win, 12% draw and 88% loss. Now, with the honourable mentions out the way, let's get on with our top 10.
Number 10.
Coming in at number 10 is Anguirus, a fan favourite of the series and often seen as the Robin to Godzilla's Batman. Anguirus actually started off as a foe of the big man. What's surprising though for such a beloved kaiju is the fact he's only had a total of 6 fights, with 2 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses. However, if you take into fact that one of those wins was in the massively one-sided 7-on-1 match against King Ghidorah, and his only other victory is in a tag team match with him and Godzilla against Gigan and King Ghidorah. Now, I know I omitted Jet Jaguar for those reasons, however Anguirus did manage a legitimate one-on-one draw against Godzilla in one-on-one action. So his final stats are 20% win, 20% draw and 60% loss.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Mecha Godzilla, an idea copied from King Kong Escapes Mechanic Kong. And Mecha Godzilla is another crowd pleaser, which is why he's been involved in 11 fights, with 5 wins, 1 draw and 5 losses. Now, we have to take away 2 of those victories for being handicap situations, but we also take away 1 of his losses after 1 of his defeats came at the hand of a double team of Godzilla and King Caesar, giving his final stats at 33% win, 11% draw and 56% loss.
Number 8.
Now number 8 is Destroyer, a great final boss in the Heisei era. This film saw what would have been a lengthy gap without a Japanese Godzilla film, but oh no, America fucks it up and Japan had to bury their shit by making more films. Now Destroyer's only got the one appearance with 3 fights, managing 1 win, 1 draw and 1 loss. And his 1 loss, I'm not even in my final form, bro. So, with no matches to discount, his final stats are simple. 33% win, 33% draw, 33% loss.
Number 7.
Spiger, or Kumonga, is going to be quite a surprise to some of you. Coming in at number 7, the giant spider has had 5 fights with 3 wins and 2 losses. One of those wins being in the 7-on-1 match, which we'll discount. And yeah, his 2 wins are only over Manila and Kamakuras, but he did almost meet Big G, so props for that. His finished stats are 50% win, 50% loss.
Number 6.
Number 6 is another kaiju who only made the 1 appearance, the giant bat who isn't a bat but sounds like a bat even though it just means battle moth. Batra has had 3 fights with 2 wins and 1 draw, meaning that he is undefeated in single action. Now, one of those wins was a 2-on-1 match with him and Mothra teaming up against Godzilla, but that leaves his stats at an overall 50% win, 50% draw, 0% loss. Good for you, Batra.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5 is Space Godzilla, and 5 is exactly the amount of matches he's had, with 3 wins and 2 losses. However, this time there is no wins to discount, but we do have to get rid of one of his defeats, where he lost to Godzilla and Mogira in a handicap match. And whilst his only wins are against Godzilla Jr. and Mogira, nevertheless, his finished stats are 75% win, 0% draw, and 25% loss.
Number 4.
Coming in at number 4, Ghidorah squeaks past Space Godzilla with his 4 fights in which he won 3 and lost 1, but there are no matches to discount this time, so with the same record as Space Godzilla, 75% win, 0% draw, 25% loss, but what puts him above Space Godzilla is not only did he beat a more impressive foe in Mothra, but he beat up adult Mothra and Mothra Larva at the same time.
Bronze, number 3.
Coming in at number 3 is Mothra Leo. Now it might seem like a kick in the vagina that Toho took a beloved character, made a male version, and made him a lot more powerful, but if you look at the films overall, the films featuring female Mothra are generally better. However, that doesn't stop Mothra Leo's impressive fight record, with 5 fights, 4 of them being wins and only 1 loss. Mothra Leo finishes an impressive 80% win, 0% draw, and 20% loss.
Silver, number 2.
Now you probably instantly guessed what the top 2 are, and it was just a matter of who finished where. So number 2 is King Kong. Now obviously Kong hasn't quite finished yet, and in 2020 things may switch around. But as it stands at the moment, King Kong has had 14 fights, with 12 of those being wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, and there are no fights to discount as he has never been in a handicap situation on either side. So King Kong's stat records end up at an impressive 86% win, 7% draw and 7% loss.
Golden number 1.
And number 1, of course, it's the King of Kings, Godzilla. It should be no surprise that the top 2 are dubbed kings. However, I bet King Caesar and King Ghidorah are feeling pretty sad right now. The big man has had a staggering 58 fights, and with 2 more films in the pipeline, you can guarantee that will change. Now, over the 58 fights, he's managed to rack up 45 wins, 8 draws, and 5 losses. Now, we take away 5 wins and 1 of those draws in which he won in team-ups, but we also take away all 5 losses, because Godzilla has never cleanly lost in a one-on-one fight, leaving the big man at an 86% win record, 14% draw and 0% loss. So in terms of wins, Godzilla and King Kong were on par, but Godzilla undefeated in one-on-one action. And that's our list, so if you have any suggestions on more top 10s whilst it is top 10 season, make sure to comment, share, subscribe, show your love, and we will be back on Thursday with another top 10 list. We'll see you then.